Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube station. I'm doing a bunch of videos today on the 504 notice in case you're going to get one. I worked at IRS for 10 years. I was a teaching instructor. I've worked thousands of cases. This is my 51st year in business. Don't I look good for this? Anyway, I am a national expert in resolution matters. I've been on all the major TV stations. You can go to my website at 777irs.com and you can see all those. I have built a team specifically for resolution and handling any IRS matter, from a simple notice just to going to tax court, whatever. We do work larger cases. As a former agent, I was a revenue officer, and I used to be involved in the enforcement arm of Internal Revenue Service. I would be one of those people who would go ahead and send a levy, a bank levy, or a wage garnishment, actually seize houses and cars. I worked during the time of the cocaine cowboys, and we seized many of those houses down in South Florida. Anyway, just so you know, the CP 504 is your final notice. It's your notice of intent to levy, basically saying what it can do at any point in time. It gives them the right to file a lien after this letter to go ahead and actually deny or suspend your passport. You don't want that to happen, but it actually gives IRS the right to go ahead after this to take your bank account, take your wages, and take anything really that they want. It is the final notice. You will get a 1058 letter after that, or you can file an appeal, but right now is the time really that you need to act. You can't wait anymore. Up to this point, you should have got a CP 14, a CP 501, CP 503, and the final notice is where IRS is really gonna do their damage. So you have to say, well, what do I want to do now to stop this enforcement action? IRS must be called. The person who sent you the letter, it may be the 1-800 number that's at the service center, or maybe a revenue officer in your local office. But when you get this, you can't waste time anymore. You are probably going to get the federal tax lien at some point. If you do nothing systemically, the computer will send out a bank levy or bank levies, and they'll go ahead and/or garnish your wages. Don't know what algorithms the computer will use on your case, but that's what happens. What most people do not understand about this is when they go to resolve the case, their exit strategy. What, in fact, is IRS going to do with the exit strategy? The exit strategy is it's simple. IRS wants a financial statement. They say, okay, this is what we're going to do with it. We know already how they're going to treat your financial statement once we look at it. The key, if you're going to do this yourself, fine. Just look up the IRS national standards for the different areas, and you'll be in good shape if you owe a small amount of money. But what you want to do is have someone look at that financial statement and see if there's any shuffling that legally can be done to put you in better light with the Internal Revenue Service. The IRS national standard says what they're going to allow for food and clothing, housing and utilities, car payments, and car expenses. You just can't randomly put down what you spend. When you see the IRS national standards, it's going to be a wake-up call, because what you think you're allowed, IRS is going to say, usually most people have a payment agreement that they don't want, but because that's a result of what's going to happen when they look at the standards. Make sure all your tax returns are filed. Anyway, if you need me, you know where to get a hold of me. I talk to you enough. We do this very, very well. We are a national firm. Call me if you need me. Give me a subscription if you would. I'd certainly appreciate it. We need subscriptions because YouTube says they're important, so they must be important to me. Thank you so much.